Hello, everyone! 2 weeks have already passed since Boom released the first part of episode 77. So now we're going to be in the anticipation mode again for the next few days. And I'm pretty sure that the second part of the episode is going to come out really soon. And today I'll tell you when I think it's about to get released. And I've also made so many theory videos about the events of the previous episode that now I am also ready to give you guys my best predictions on what we're going to see in the second part of episode 77, as we've got plenty of information to discuss and speculate on already. And just as I always do recently, I have also paid attention to my subscribers' theories, and I'm going to mention the most interesting one of them as well. So get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, because this is going to be really entertaining, y'all. And let's go! And be sure to also give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, because I am making a lot of Skibidi content to entertain you guys in the moments when we all are waiting for the new episode to come out. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's move on to the predictions about the second part of episode 77. So recently all I did on my channel is speculating about the possible origins of Astro Race and their connection to Skibidi toilets. So I've talked a lot about both G-Man and Skibidi Scientist, as they were the key characters around that topic. And I would like to start this video with some of my subscribers' theories regarding this topic as well, so that I could comment on their opinion and tell what I personally think about your guys' suggestions. And I would like to start with this really cool comment from the user called Speaker G, who wrote, "I knew that Astro Toilets came from a different planet, which means the only way the outbreak could have happened is by G-Toilet and Skibidi Scientist betraying the Astros. And G-Toilet probably started infecting people in order to build an army against the Astro Toilets. I also noticed how G-Toilet and Skibidi Scientist both got red Skibidi language words next to their names, and this must have meant something." Okay, and the first thing that I'd like to say about this comment is how close it actually came to my most recent theory about Astro Toilet's origin that I posted on my channel a few days ago. So basically, I've made a prediction that it was Astro Toilets who appeared to be before Skibidi Toilets and not the other way around. And both G-Man and Skibidi Scientist were actually a part of Astro Faction some time ago. But then they could have had some discord within their faction, and then two possibilities probably occurred. The first one is that both G-Man and Skibidi Scientist could have been exiled on planet Earth while being stripped off all of their cool Astro technologies. Because Astro authorities didn't expect that those traitors could do something on this planet without those technologies. But still, G-Man and Skibidi Scientist managed to create their own army consisting of the former humans that they infected. Or there is another possibility in here. It is possible that initially G-Man and Skibidi Scientist were sent on Earth by Astro Toilets, with one specific mission to infect the majority of this planet's population with the virus that would basically turn them into creatures close to Astro Toilets in appearance. Or, well, to put it mildly, they had to send G-Man and Scientist on this planet to prepare it for getting conquered and absorbed as a part of Astro Empire. But in the process of this mission, G-Man and Skibidi Scientist somehow decided to part ways with Astro Faction and started acting on their own. And then it led to the huge conflict between them. And now all the humans that were infected by these two and got turned into Skibidi Toilets are indeed acting like the G-Man's army against Astro Toilets, which came on Earth to punish its traitors. And it is possible that the red words in the document featuring Astro Toilet and Skibidi Scientist, as well as the picture with Titan G-Man from episode 74, are referring to their initial positions within Astro Faction when they were still a part of it. Okay, and the next comment I'd like to pay attention to today is from a user named Duckmaster, who wrote, Guys, I figured it out. Look at the image from episode 74 of G-Man, and then look at the background in episode 72 part 2. Did you notice how they were the same? So my theory is that when G-Man landed there from Astro Toilet's planet, the scientist in Alpha Hills took him in and studied him and striped him of his armor in order to be safely studied. And this answers the theory on how Skibidi virus actually appeared. And this theory is actually really interesting because I didn't look at the Skibidi toilet plot at such an angle. Because right now, Boom is giving us lots of important information regarding Astro Toilets and G-Man, who has a potential to become upgraded by the Alliance's TV men, but not much has been said by him about the lore of Alpha Hills Lab and even its administrator. So right now it's pretty difficult for me to draw one clear picture that would connect all the dots in Skibidi lore. But what if G-Man and even Skibidi Scientist were the initial reasons for Alpha Hills Lab to start its experiments? And maybe those experiments had in fact led to the outbreak of the Skibidi virus. And all of this was initially connected to Astro faction that was observing everything from space. I really like this idea, bro. So we will see if the future episodes of Skibidi Toilet will prove this theory right or not. And I even found another comment that kind of supported this theory, and it came from Speaker G User once again, who wrote, "I think that the piece of paper we saw in episode 74 of G Toilet is what he actually used to look like back when he was an Astro Toilet. So it is not a future model of him. And I also think that the scientist's last project was trying to recreate the G Toilet's Astro Titan form that we saw on the piece of paper, which would explain why the Titan scientist created looks a bit different to the one on the piece of paper. And let me tell you one thing, bro. What you just wrote actually made me rethink my whole concept of Titan G-Man, which we hyped up so much in the past few months. And right now we're expecting to see the final epic form of G-Man that could have already upgraded by TV Man Scientist. But what if you're right, and this picture is what G-Man actually used to look like? And right now TV men are trying to make him have a similar build like he used to have in his Glory Astro Toilet days. And if this is true, that it's actually crazy. Okay, and as we already started talking about Astro Duchess, here's another comment that I found to be really interesting. So the guy named Nyron wrote in my Discord channel, "Just imagine if Astro Duchess is actually good, and she is just being mind-controlled by the Astro Toilets, because in the moment when the subtitles 'Stop Torturing Me' showed up, her eyebrows curved and it kind of showed sadness, like she didn't want to destroy that toilet in comparison to the original episode." And this is actually a really interesting take considering how ambiguous the figure of Astro Duchess seemed to be in the full version of episode 76. And I fully agree with you, bro, about how she didn't look 100% evil in the remastered scene of this full episode. And at time, it even seemed like she was pitying her victims, and she just had no choice but destroying them as they occurred to be enemies. And I also remember how Boom simply changed lots of scenes featuring her in the full version of episode 76, so she looked less unhinged, but actually more humane and sad. So does it really mean that she's been controlled by other Astro Toilets, and that eventually she can turn on them? Well, despite my true love for mind control plot twists and stuff like that, I'm not really sure that it's about to happen. Or at least we'll have to wait a little longer for more episodes to come out so that I could see where her character plot arc might actually go to. But I still enjoyed your theory a lot. Okay, and then I noticed another comment from the user called Ong Trum, which actually featured 2 questions addressed to me. So let me read them to you and then answer them. Hi ESO, so I have 2 things that need to be analyzed. The first one is, if Titans use types of different energy, why can Titan TV Man charge Titan Cameraman's core and the Titan Speaker Man's core as well? Does their cores have an adapter or something modern? And the second one is, as we can see, each race has a couple of elite agents. For example, Cameraman's race have Plungerman and Camera Woman pair, Speakerman's race had the Dark Speakerman and Speaker Woman pair, and TV Men's race had the elite TV Man and TV Woman pair. While the relationships of Camera Couple and the Speaker Couple are very friendly, the TV one is pretty vague. So if TV Woman and Elite TV Man is an Elite Agents couple, then our Simp Cameraman will be really sad. And I don't want that scenario to happen. So what do you think about those? Okay, first of all, thank you for such an interesting comment, bro, because I actually didn't think much of those topics you just told me before. And it is really true that each race uses different type of energy, including Skibidi Toilets and Astro Toilets, as it was confirmed by Boom himself much earlier in one of the interviews to Russian Skibidi YouTubers. But here's the thing though, I don't actually think that those types of energy are that different. I even think that all those types may have one general source of energy that is being used by different races, but in some kind of process, this same energy gets altered. But I don't really know what exact process it goes under and where this energy initially comes from. So I believe that we've got to wait a little longer for new episodes where Boom may have reveal more information about it to us. And answering to your second question, I really liked how you divided the most iconic characters of the Alliance into thematic couples, as it makes lots of sense to me. Although I don't really see TV Woman and Elite TV Man as a couple though. And to tell you even more, bro, I even think that they don't really like each other. Because TV Woman seems to be much kinder and softer in comparison to the majority of TV men, and Elite TV Man looks like a guy who would hate soft or kind comrades, I'm not gonna lie. Plus, if he'd try to hit on TV Woman for real, then it wouldn't be just Simp Cameraman to get mad, but also Elite Cameraman who would be fuming at this point. Well, and just before I finish this video, I'd like to say a few words regarding the possible release date of the second part of episode 77. So Boom has been real quiet recently, and he didn't drop any information or leaks regarding the next part of the episode. But considering that 2 weeks have already passed since the release of the first part, I think that he'll start dropping fresh leaks really soon, and maybe it will happen in the next few days. And then he may give some exclusive information to some Skibidi YouTuber, as he does a lot recently. And this time, it better be me for real. And I expect to see the release of Part 2 itself maybe within the following week. Although Boom may actually act pretty surprising, so who knows what really happens next. And that was all for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit the like button below, and also be sure to write a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and Discord channels not to miss my new interesting videos. And that was me, ISOTOILET. See ya!